Hello everyone, today we will open up another one of these decks, the Riveteers Rampage. A black, red and green deck, and this is for new Capenna, of course. Includes one collector booster sample, which we'll open up in a separate video the day after this video releases. Alright, we have a life counter. Pretty useless because it doesn't go up over the 40. A booklet how to play this deck. We get the commander itself, Henzi Toolbox Story. And some tokens. The deck. And the pack that we will open up in the next short tomorrow. Right, let's take a look at Henzi and the tokens. Right, so this is not a counter focus deck because I don't see any counters here on the back. But we do get +1/+1 counters. Oh, we see a plant. But first let's take a look at Henzi Toolbox Story. 3 mana, 3/3. Each creature spell you cast with mana value 4 or greater has Blitz. The Blitz cost is equal to its mana cost. What is Blitz? You may choose to cast that spell for its Blitz cost. If you do, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Alright, cool. Yeah. I remember similar effects on cards that let you choose. Right, Blitz costs you pay cost 1 less for each time you've cast your commander from the command zone this game. Nice. Alright, so here we have the tokens. We have an ooze, another ooze, a different ooze, a citizen, a beast, and a treasure. Oh, and this is a different art of treasure. Nice. I like that. Oh, and we get another treasure. More treasures. Oh, okay. And plants. Treasures and plants. Cool. Very nice. Now then, let's take a look at the deck. I believe the second commander card in here, the alternate commander, was one. There was actually quite some hype around it. The Beamtown Bullies, is that right? Let me see what it does. For 4 mana, it's a 4/4 Vigilance and Haste. If you tap it, target opponent whose turn it is puts target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under their control. It gains haste. Goad it. At the beginning of the next end step, exile it. That's actually a pretty cool mechanic. I really like that. Very, very cool. You can see why people like this card. Alright. Let's have a look here. We have Bellowing Mauler. For 5 mana, it's a 4/6, and at the beginning of your end step, each player loses 4 life unless they sacrifice a non-token creature. Protection Racket. For 3, an enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep. Repeat the following process for each opponent in turn order. Reveal the top card of your library. That player may pay life equal to that card's mana value. If they do, exile that card. Otherwise, put it into your hand. Wave of Rats. For 4 mana, it's a 4/2 with Blitz 5, Trample. When it dies, if it dealt combat damage to a player this turn, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Industrial Advancement. For 4 mana, it's an enchantment, and at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is that creature's mana value. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest of on the bottom of your library in a random order. Mezio Mugger, 5 mana, 3/3, Blitz 3. When Mezio Mugger attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. You may play those cards this turn, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast these spells. Reign of Riches. For 5 mana. Oh, there's a bit of glare in there. For 5 mana, when Reign of Riches enters the battlefield, create 2 treasure tokens. The first spell you cast each turn that mana from a treasure was spent on to cast Has Cascade. Yeah, okay. Cool. Turf War for 5 mana. It's an enchantment, and when it enters the battlefield for each player, put a contested counter on target land that player controls. Oh, nice. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, if that player controls one or more lands with contested counters on them, that creature's controller gains control of one of those lands of their choice and untaps it. Chaldea Guardian. It's a 4 mana 4/3, and whenever Chaldea Guardian or another creature you control mana value of 4 or greater dies, create 2 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens with Blitz 3. Dodgy Jalopy. Look at that. It's in cinder blocks because its wheels got stolen. Oh, that is so fun. For 3 mana, it's a star and 5. It has crew 3, scavenge 3, and it has trample. Its power is equal to the highest mana value among creatures you control. That's a really cool art. I like that. First Responder for 4 mana. It's a 3/3 vigilance, and at the beginning of your upkeep, at your end step, you may return another creature you control to its owner's hand. Then put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to that creature's power on First Responder. Next of Kin for 3 mana, an aura enchant creature. When enchanted creature dies, you may put a creature card from you own with lesser mana value from your hand or from the command zone onto the battlefield. If you do, Next of Kin is returned to the battlefield attached to that creature at the beginning of your next end step. Cool. Grime Gorger, a 3/3 for 4 mana with menace, and when it attacks, exile up to 1 card of each card type from the defending player's graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on Grime Gorger for each card exiled this way. Jolene, the Plunder Queen. Yes, I'm not gonna make the joke. For 4 mana, it's a 2/2. Whenever a player attacks one or more of your opponents, that attacking player creates a treasure token. If you would create 1 or more treasure tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional treasure token. Cool. Sacrifice 5 treasures, put 5 +1/+1 counters on Jolene. Alright, that's a really interesting card as well. Riveteers Confluence. For 5 mana, it's a sorcery. Choose 3. And you can choose the same mode more than once. Either draw a card and lose a life, or it deals 1 damage to each creature and planeswalker you don't control, or you may put a land card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield tapped. Next up, Weathered Sentinels. For 3 mana, it's a wall, 2/5 defender, vigilance, reach, and trample. And it can attack players who attacked you during their last turn as though it didn't have defender. Oh, sweet. When Weathered Sentinels attacks, it gets +3/+3, and it gains indestructible until end of turn. Aether Snap. Now those were all the new cards. Now we get onto the reprints, and I won't go over all of those just by name. So we have Aether Snap, Deathbringer Regents, Disciple of Bolas, Noxious Gearhulk, Painful Truths, Blasphemous Act, Chaos Warp, Etali, Primal Storm, Inferno Titan, Stalking Vengeance, Warstorm Surge, Avenger of Zendikar, Evolutionary Leap, Giant Edifice, Green Warden of Murasa, Life's Legacy, Mitotic Slime, Thragtusk, Tree Shaker Chimera, Woodfall Primus, World Shaper, Kresh the Bloodbraided, Windgrace's Judgment, Lifecrafter's Bestiary, Solemn Simulacrum. We have Cinderglade, Exotic Orchard, Foreboding Ruins, Game Trail, Keswick Wolfrun, Mossfire Valley, Mosswort Bridge, and Shadowblood Ridge, Smoldering Marsh, Spinerock Knoll, Temple of Melody, Twilight Mire, Glittering Stockpile, these are from the regular Capenna set, Riveteers Charm, Riveteers Overlook. Alright, we have an Eldrazi again, the Artisan of Kozilek, Victimize, Explore, Farseek, Garuk's Uprising, Indrik, Stomphowler, Kodama's Reach, Migration Path, Overgrown Battlements, Rampant Growth, Temur Sabertooth, Death Reap Ritual, Terminate, Arcane Signet, Commander Sphere, Felbar Stone, Sol Ring, Ash Barrens, Blighted Woodland, Command Tower, Junt Panorama, Myriad Landscape, Path of Ancestry, Savage Lands, Temple of the False God, get a Thriving Bluff. Ooh, Thriving Gorge, we haven't seen this one yet. Oh, beautiful art. Very lovely. Thriving Moor, we get Swamps, Mountains, Forests. Ooh, another kind of swamp. Very, very nice. The mountain, the beautiful, gorgeous mountain. And we have, ooh, a beautiful forest. Oh, I just simply love these cards. Oh my god, look at that. I just want to put these forests in all of my decks. Wow, that looks amazing. Right, thank you all for watching. See you all tomorrow when we open up the sample booster pack. Bye-bye.